You are now listening to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, episode 206, recorded on March 29th, 2015, brought to you by Frigid Blast Studios in association with NoobReview.com. Hello and welcome to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, your home for quarter-munching fun. And my crusade to destroy the Lord of Terror continues. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And now I know how PS3 Call of Duty players felt all these years. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
Okay, I think I know what that's referring to.
I'm sure you're probably right, because we'll get to that story in the news after we tell you what we've been playing. We're also going to let you know what's coming soon for really the next 2 months, because it's a pretty light period for retail, and we'll also try to squeeze in finally the February NPDs.
Yep, finally. Getting around to all the stuff that we had left over for a while.
Yeah, because...
And then, hey, we'll have the March MPDs for next month, too.
Well, no, we don't have those yet. We won't...
When do they usually come out, then?
Usually the second Thursday of the month.
Okay, so maybe we won't.
No,
all right, never mind.
No. We will not have
Oops.
March NPDs until probably April 9th.
Okay. And even then, it's a little, maybe a day less, day more kind of thing.
No, they generally always come out the second Thursday, unless that falls on E3, and then they push it back a week.
Right, okay. Anyway, for the stuff that's actually going to happen in this episode, we got some good stuff.
Yep.
Got some good games played. Got some interesting news, that's for sure.
Most definitely, for sure.
Alright, well, let's kick this off with our favorite thing to talk about, all the games that we have been playing in our Now Playing. Alright, my compadre who's very sad at the releases of certain things, what you been playing?
Alright, mainly repeats, but I do have 2 new things. Right after we recorded the last episode, I played a little bit more of the Sleeping Dogs campaign. I have 9 main story missions left, apparently, from looking at what mission I'm on, and then looking at a game FAQ and seeing what mission that was and counting. So I'm about halfway or so through or a little bit more through the campaign of Sleeping Dogs, so...
Okay.
I haven't played it. I haven't played a lot of stuff here lately. I've been kind of busy with work and stuff. I've also I've done a lot of the daily missions for the Resident Evil Revelations 2 raid mode, leveling up some of the characters, waiting for the online patch that will be out by the time you're listening to this, since it comes out on the 31st, so that me and Joe can play it online together.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard too much from Joe.
Well, because he's like me. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we're getting PS4s. We hate the Xbox One." Da 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 da. And then me and Joe got PS4s, and everybody else that got PS4s treats them as their secondary machine if they've not already gotten rid of them, and they're all Xbox One.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Because literally I put a message in the Facebook ragtag chat 2 weeks before the PS4 came out, because there were still Xbox Ones available. And I was like, hey, I need to make sure I'm not all alone here. because I can only get one of these, and just making sure you guys are all still switching over, right? And Condor was like, oh yeah, F Xbox, da 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 da. And I was like, okay, the chairman has spoken, or the Godfather has spoken, I think is what I called him. So, okay.
Yeah.
And then, everybody got Xbox Ones. And then when it came for me to get a secondary system, it was like, well, Xbox One's still $500. It still makes you come with the Kinect, because this was, a few months later. I've got enough stuff here I could sell and fully pay for a Wii U. And hey, there's already a handful of really good games for it. And there's like...
You made the correct decision on the Wii U. The only thing I currently play on my Xbox One is Destiny.
Yeah. Well,
and maybe some of the indie games that already came out on PC and PS4.
To be fair, I mean, Inquisition would have been...
It would have been way more stable and way less buggy, I think, at least in terms of some of the things. It would have definitely loaded faster, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a bad timing thing. I mean,
yeah.
Too bad you ordered it off Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Too bad you couldn't have just returned that and ordered the Xbox One version right after Christmas, because it would have been within a month, unless you had already opened it.
But I opened games as soon as I get them.
Oh.
And that's when I noticed, oh wait, the first one was broken. Send that back, get the new one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. No, don't worry about that though.
All right.
They are patching it, so it's helping.
Well, yeah, the 6th patch just came out on all the platforms. At least I think so. I mean, PS4's up with, almost up with PC now. Although now on PC you can sign up to get the patches early. And the Mirror of Transformation thing is exclusive to PC right now. It'll be patched into the consoles soon, but they're using the PC community to bug test the patches.
Well, I mean, that's always how it's been.
Well,
though normally there's a little bit more bug testing before they release patches.
That's what it's a preview program essentially. They're doing the thing that Halo said that they were going to do and then backed out of it. BioWare is actually doing it on the PC version, so you can sign up and be basically a preview person for the PC patches and get them before they're officially put out, and then they're like, okay, everything's good, okay, let's put the patch out.
Yeah. But considering that's only for PC,
right.
That doesn't exactly translate for anybody else.
Well, right, but I mean, the code is not the exact, but it's very similar, so I'm sure...
It's similar, yeah.
Yeah, so if something foobars, they can be like, okay, we need to look into this. Roll everybody back.
All right. So.
All right. Anyway, the last repeat is more Madden Ultimate Team, some more single player play of that. Nothing spectacular to report on that.
All right.
I think I finally just used coins to buy a pack and got an elite player in my normal pack, so that was kind of cool.
And coins are the
currency that you earn from either playing the game, either single or multi. You can buy packs with coins. You can buy any of the packs with coins now. It used to be you can only buy the normal pro packs, but now you can buy any of the packs with coins, and you can buy the pro pack bundles with coins. But any of the specialty style packs, the bundles you can only buy with real money.
Right.
And the specialty packs are easier to buy with real money than they are with coins. They're anywhere from 2 to 4 times the amount of coins that a normal pack costs.
Well, I mean, of course. They have to milk their money somehow.
And then the coins you can also use to bid on individual players, which is what I've been doing a lot lately.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find improved players that are going, cheaper because there's a bunch of them already out there or whatnot, or newer versions or whatnot, but the older versions are better than one I have, so I buy the older ones, cheaper. So.
Okay.
All right, so now to the two new things that I've played. I have started the campaign, and I'm about 2/3 of the way through it. I've done 6 of the 10 episodes of Battlefield Hardline.
Huh. Okay. So you enjoying that single player?
It's fine. It's fine. To be fair, I never did play the Battlefield 3 campaign. Well, I started it, and then I got to that point where you're pinned down on the roof with a sniper, and you've got to, like...
Oh, that's really early in the beginning.
Yeah, I got to that point, and then I got a bug or something. I got frustrated, and I stopped playing the single player, and I never went back to it. Because
Trust me, you didn't miss much.
Well, right, but I'd still like to beat it and get all those achievements tied to it.
I mean, there's not that many achievements tied to that one.
Whatever.
There's more secret stuff and co-op campaign stuff that was tied to it for achievements.
But so then I never played the Battlefield 4 one at all. So this is the first Battlefield. I guess technically this is the first Battlefield campaign I've played since Bad Company 2. Because I never played 4s. I bought 4 and never got around to playing it at all because it was like, oh yeah, I got my 50 free PSN bucks from buying all those Vita games as you know, the downloads. You know, I sold like a bunch of my anime and got all this money that I used to rebuy all the PSP games I could as downloads. Mm-hmm. So I racked up enough money in the month of October of 13 where I'm like, here's $50 free PSN. So I'm like, sweet, free Battlefield Hardline or Battlefield 4 Premium. Yeah. And then never really used it. But
yeah.
But now, I mean, Battlefield 4, I mean, it's a lot better now. And when I get rid of Hardline and upgrade my PS4 hard drive, I'll look into playing Battlefield 4 some. But yeah, my PS4 hard drive is really hurting right now.
What size was it?
It's 500, just like the Xbox one. I mean, I think the PS4 one, you get a little bit more free. You're able to use like 407 gigs of it. I think the Xbox One, if I remember right, was like 380 something.
Yeah, it's 3 something, yeah.
Yeah. So I only have 20 gigs free.
Well, hopefully the Windows 10 update for all the systems will give me a little bit more back.
Well,
but who knows?
You have a much easier route. All you have to do is hook up an external hard drive. I mean, they sell them.
I mean, yeah, but I'd rather put a larger, just internal
Well,
one.
You can't do that on an Xbox.
I know.
They're not going to let you, but just...
I know.
I can do that, but I'm not a PC person, so I don't...
No.
The thing that was always holding me back, though, and that's part of the new PS4 firmware, is now, just like on the PS3, I can back everything up to an external, and then swap the hard drive, and then do a restore.
Yeah. You
couldn't do that until this week. That was part of the major 2.5 upgrade, just like the suspend resume.
Yeah, that seems like a good thing to have.
Yeah. But now I just have to wait until I have the money. And Nyko, they had promised at CES they were going to have some thing that would attach to the PS4 that would be it would attach to the PS4 and act like a bigger hard drive. It would fool the PS4 into thinking you had a bigger hard drive in it. It was basically this thing that clamped around the top left of it.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Yeah, I forget what it was called, but they promised it at CES and have not seen or heard nothing from it since.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to hold your breath for it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that and hey, Sony, how about making an actual Blu-ray remote? Because the Nyko one and the Best Buy exclusive, whatever that brand it is they sell at Best Buy, Insignia or whatever, those are the only two out right now, and they both suck. And because my PS3 is dead, I sold my PS3 remote, because why would I need it anymore? And now it's like I'm getting sick and tired of using a controller that the battery already runs low on. I'd much rather have a remote to use.
Well, I think you got a little bit of a wait in store.
Yeah. So.
Or you go and get a PS3 again.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm thinking. Or you could get it repaired too.
Yeah, I don't know. So here's pictures of that thing. That's pictures of the thing.
There, I'll include a link in the show notes.
And like I said, there's all kinds of stories about. They're all dated January 7th. Nyko expands PS4 hard drive options, and there's the product page for it. No, nothing else.
Yeah, maybe it's not quite working the way they thought.
I don't know. All right. Anyway, so so I would highly recommend watching the Giant Bomb Quick Look, which for the first hour of it is the prologue and episode 1. I think they just do episode 1. It's the first hour of the campaign, and you'll get a pretty good feel for it. It is very Far Cry. I mean, it just screams Far Cry. It is a heavy emphasis on stealth. More of an emphasis on stealth than even Metro.
That's weird, yeah.
Because, I mean, the only way that you earn points and rank up is, I mean, you get some by completing objectives and going through the campaign, but really what you get is tagging enemies with your scanner and finding clues for the different case files, and then either silently taking down or arresting people.
Yeah.
Because it has that freeze mechanic to arrest people.
God, hearing people talk about how that functions is just so weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because you have to, if you have a group of guys, it can't be any more than 3, and you have to make sure the little police badge icon is showing on all 3 of them, because if it's not and you hit freeze, or if somebody else, outside of those 3 can see you, or, if the cone of vision is hitting that, then everything will just go bad and it'll just turn into a firefight. And you get no points for killing any of the enemies. I mean, you don't get, it's not like they say, whoa, they don't do anything in the cutscenes or even in the normal gameplay to, there's no your partner saying, we need to do this better. You're getting too itchy trigger finger. There's nothing like that. The only minor thing will be the enemies talk about, we gotta find that crazy cop before he kills us. That's literally before he gets us or kills us. I forget exactly that's literally the only line that kind of distinguishes you being silent versus you being just guns blazing. And there are some missions where it's much easier to just go guns blazing.
Right.
But you get, as you complete each campaign mission, you get badges for the multiplayer to use, but you also get battle packs. You get bronze ones for beating each episode, and then each case you complete gives you a silver one. And then the weird thing that they talk about on the Giant Bomb video is as you do more good cop things and earn the rank in the single player, it unlocks more guns for you to use in the single player. So it's kind of counterintuitive because the game rewards you for playing stealthily by giving you stuff to encourage you to not play stealthily. That's just a little weird.
Would do that.
I mean, they do give you some rewards that apply to the multiplayer, but it's just more guns to unlock, more guns, more attachments. It's but you're not wanting me to use the guns because you sort of penalize me for using. I guess maybe go through the first playthrough because I'm on chapter 7 and I'm rank 13 and there's only 15 I'm either rank 13 or almost at 13. And there's only 15 ranks. So I guess hypothetically, you would do the first playthrough stealthily and try to get all the rank and points and everything. and then you'd redo the whole campaign on hardline difficulty. And this is like Halo, where there's casual, and then there's like officer, and then there's veteran, and just like Halo and 343/Bungie, they're like, well, heroic is the way it should be played, which is just like veteran is the way it should be played. I've got it on officer, but I guess you would do a playthrough on veteran, do it stealthily, get all this stuff, and then play it on hardline, and then just go balls to the wall and kill everybody. I guess.
Actually, no, I don't know that you could because you're so squishy in the game.
I forget what difficulty Jeff put it on. There is a bulletproof vest you can use as one of your 2 items, and that significantly reduces the damage. You're still, you still can't take more than a few shots in the open, but you can take more. You can take more than you could without it, and also you don't take as much damage from the shots from a distance.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
It's still, yeah, they're encouraging you to go a little less gun heavy.
Yeah, so that's just a little weird. But it's not bad. The multiplayer I have not touched yet, but I've watched stuff. I've watched all the different reviews of it and whatnot. And outside of that one car mode completely breaking the progression, as Angry Joe noted in his 40-minute review of the game.
What do you mean completely breaking the progression?
Okay, so there's the one multiplayer mode where everybody's in cars. And
yeah, Hotwire.
And I guess you're supposed to try to blow, kill each other, blow up the cars. But what you do is you're all engineers, and you all have repair torches, and you just keep driving around in circles and avoiding everybody. And that mode gives you the XP or cash based on how long each stretch you survive in the car. So you just drive around in circles and keep repairing whatever damage is done to the car, and you'll earn a crap ton of XP. Like way more than...
I mean, fair enough, yeah. That was kind of how it worked in the beta.
If you watch Angry Joe's review,
Oh, hell no, I ain't watching a 40-minute review.
Well...
A 40-minute review?
Yes.
This isn't a quick look here.
It's almost as informative. And he's a big Battlefield guy, so he's like going to bat against this game, and and he details pretty well all the different things with the game. But one thing with this game that's making it popular, and maybe not for the Battlefield crowd, but for the non-Battlefield crowd, this is Battlefield style gameplay, not completely, because there's not that much environment destruction. There's some, but not as much as a regular Battlefield game. But it's the Battlefield pace on smaller maps, because you'll notice the ragtags, even them, like MVP and stuff, talk about how much they're enjoying Hardline's multiplayer, because it's smaller maps. It's not Call of Duty size maps. It's not normal Battlefield maps. It's this kind of middle position. And the only way you can get an RPG is to find it in the level. There's RPGs at certain points in each map. Kind of like a Halo, like an old school Halo. You can't just start out with an RPG.
Yeah. Well, there's grenade launchers or something that you start with?
I don't know if you start with them or if you have to spend cash to unlock them, but yes, that's the biggest thing that you can spawn with, is an underslung grenade launcher on your rifle.
I want to say the engineer has a just straight up grenade launcher.
Okay, possibly. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I've been playing more of the campaign.
Yeah.
Because I want to get as much time with this game in as I can, because it's getting traded for Witcher. Like it does not have a long shelf life. It is
Right.
It is getting traded in for Witcher, and then it's getting erased from my hard drive, so I have enough room for Witcher, because Witcher is a full 50 gigs. So yeah, so I gotta have room for Witcher. So
right.
but
All right.
I'm having fun with it. I'm glad. I'll be honest. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. But this is the weird thing. Like, it is selling really well anecdotally from my GameStop, the GameStop I shop at. They have sold quite a few copies, especially on PS4. They have sold out of it on PS4 like twice in less than 2 weeks. But yet this week it's on sale as we're recording this at Best Buy for $40.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't pay to get it day one.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll find out with the NPD numbers. We'll see what's going on with that. So, the other thing that I played, and I actually streamed it before recording this, was the first half-ish, I guess, of episode 2 of Life is Strange.
Ah, okay. It took a while for that second episode to come out.
I mean, it took about as long as Telltale stuff takes, about 2 months between episodes. The first one came out mid to late January, and this one came out mid-March.
Yeah. So
they're on the same timetable as Telltale. We'll get into the news. I mean, you want to talk about taking a long time. Your boy.
Yeah, no, I know.
But anyway, so I'm really enjoying that. I've already had 3 major decisions come up. I'm on the 3rd major decision right before you called.
So actually, maybe you're really close to the end.
I don't know. There were 5 in episode 1. So that would make sense to being about halfway through. Because literally it's that choice and then you leave that area. So that would put it about right for about halfway through.
Okay.
So I'm really torn on this 3rd choice.
Okay.
Because
obviously you can't tell me because that would be spoiling it.
Yeah, but it's like, well, I can do this one thing that might be kind of violent, or I could be what I would normally do in the same situation if I was an 18-year-old girl and something potentially bad might come up.
That is such a weird statement.
Well, it's me trying to describe it without spoiling.
I know, but the fact that you just... It's such a weird statement, and I will leave it at that.
You'll be... Okay, so for people when they know what I'm talking about, it's when the thing that happens at the end of the junkyard, I'll call it. That's not its name, but that's what it is, so... When you get to that part of episode 2, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like I said, the 3rd major choice. So,
All right.
That's it. That's all the time.
Yeah.
That's all I've had time for. I've been busy with work and different things. And sometimes when I get home, I'm tired. It's like, I'm going to watch YouTube for a bit. And then it's like, oh crap, I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
And everything came out at once. Like, I still need to play Final Fantasy Type 0. I've got the and 15.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't start it. Huh.
Yeah, I need to try Type 0 first to see if this motion blur is going to make me sell this collector's edition. Because I can sell it for almost what I paid for it, even used.
What do you mean motion blur?
Did you not see the giant bomb quick look of it?
No, I'm way backlogged on quick looks at the moment.
Okay, well, for whatever reason, because I've watched 2 different, I've watched the 2 best friends play also, and because they've actually played, or Liam from 2 Best Friends Play has actually played the PSP version of the game, unlike, Alexa and Brad and I forget who else was on the Giant Bomb Quick Look. None of them had played the PSP one because it was a Japan only one. But Liam, being Liam, imports everything of that ilk. So he has played the translated. That's how I found out that the translation patch actually still came out, just on the down low.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know somebody who knows where to go to get it, but it is possible. Anyway,
right,
so when you rotate the camera, and it's almost bad in Sleeping Dogs, but it's right at the point. And from watching YouTube videos, it is way like Type 0, like literally like all the Giant Bomb, like half the Giant Bomb Quick Look, there is Brad and whoever the other guy is that's on the video complaining that they're feeling nauseous from the motion blur when you spin the camera around.
Oh,
and a couple of times Alexa does it intentionally. Or maybe that was Liam, I forget. One of the two Quick Looks. There's a couple of times where they just...
Yeah, I get your point, though.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So I need to actually like play that and see if I'm going to be able to stand it or if I'm going to have to get rid of it. I mean, I got the demo and I can, I was able to buy the game at a Gamers Club Unlocked like discount, shall we say. So I can almost sell it like on Amazon right now. The cheapest used version without the code of the complete collector's edition is $80. Now, I mean, I really like the soundtrack and art book and everything, but I can rip the soundtrack. The steelbook's gorgeous. That's one of the best steelbooks I've ever seen. But I could just rip the soundtrack and then, at least still have the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'd like it. It's a really nice collector's edition, but if I can't play the damn game...
Yeah, obviously not worth keeping it then.
And I got my Final Fantasy 15 code, and I didn't have to pay $30 for it, so...
Right.
But, that's it. So, what have you been playing?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Whole lot of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yay! Dragon Age!
I'm above 60 hours at this point.
Ooh, you're getting close to me.
Yeah, but I still haven't taken on any of the second act stuff.
Oh, wow.
I'm still just mopping up side quest after side quest after side quest.
Okay.
I've basically finished everything in the hinterlands except for the dragons and the lyrium.
Okay.
Basically finished off Crestwood except for the dragons.
Yeah, because you cannot, the last...
I will not attempt a dragon until I have level 3 gear.
Okay, yeah, because the...
Tier 3 level armor and weaponry.
Yeah, because the Red Lyrium, the last of the Red Lyrium is in Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
So.
That's kind of what I had a feeling.
Yeah.
So, I have basically the same thing going on with Storm Coast, and I think I completely finished off the marsh.
Yeah, the Storm Coast, you can't even get to the... At some point, especially you went the same way I did, there will be a quest or whatever to overtake that fort, and you'll have to fight through it and fight through the Templars, and that's where you'll bust up all the Red Lyrium there, and once you get through that, at the end, there'll be a dock with a boat, and you can come back to that point. I think there's a fast travel point right there once you beat it. And you go there and you take that boat, and it takes you out to the island like I talked about off the shore last episode, and that's where the Storm Coast Dragon is.
Okay.
That's the only way to get to him, and since you went the same route I did at the end of Act 1, you have to wait until the mission to overtake that fort comes up on the war table to be able to get in.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on, because, there's a bunch of stuff behind this door.
Yep.
Don't know where the entrance is if I can't get through this door.
Right. Yeah. It took me a little bit but I have the guide too, and it's like, yeah, I gotta wait for the war table mission. If you had gone the other route at the end of Act 1, I think you can get in there automatically.
Okay.
Or maybe it's the same thing, but it's different. I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing, but it's different. It's the different enemies guarding it.
Right. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Point being, yeah, been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Did you finally meet the person at Skyhold?
Meet the you mean Varric's friend that he calls in?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you got that? Did you see
Can't believe I called that.
Did you see?
That's all I'll say.
Did you see the cutscene of the Fallout?
Cutscene of the Fallout.
Yes, where a certain person is not really happy with Varric.
Oh, you mean Cassandra? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that one I stumbled into that one like a few days after the fact. Like, oh, that's okay. Huh. Didn't remember that.
Yeah, because remember that's the whole point of Dragon Age 2.
Yeah, I completely freaking forgot that fact until that cutscene happened. It didn't even ring a bell.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more they talked about it, I'm like, is she the same person?
Yes.
And yeah, okay, so she apparently is the same person from Dragon Age 2. So I was like, I completely didn't even notice.
Yeah.
But it had been way too long, so I wouldn't know.
If I don't know if it's on any streaming service, but the Funimation anime of her origin story is actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
The Lore of the Seeker or whatever, Dragon Age, whatever. It's a straight anime, but I mean, it looks. It looks like it's not a big-eyed, current Japanese anime. It looks more like a westernized, more like an 80s. It looks like a Western animated thing, even though it's a Funimation one.
If it was commissioned by EA, then yeah, that would explain why.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still get a little bit of glitchy audio. Thankfully, after this patch, it seems like it doesn't happen as often anywhere near.
Okay.
Thankfully, but it still happens. So,
Have you discovered Cassandra's, shall we say, dirty little secret quest yet?
Probably not.
In terms of reading material?
I guess no.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've had any weird reading material.
Okay, well, there'll be some point where you normally speak with Cassandra, and it should trigger for you. Maybe you need to do another of the main quests, but at some point soon, you'll go out to where she's at, and she's reading a certain book. But you're not gonna.
Okay.
This isn't going to be as fresh or funny for you because you don't remember Dragon Age 2 as much. But I think you'll get the implication of it pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Alright, well, just been running around trying to get a bunch of new armor and weaponry. Just because I'm right on the cusp of, I know I need some new armor and some new weaponry. It just doesn't want to appear.
Well, I think you're not going to...
So I think I have to advance the story to the next spot.
Yes. You're not going to be able to get the tier 3 stuff until you do the next story quest, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think I'm right on the edge of where I should be level-wise. So I'm right on the upper edge. So I think it's just about time to hit the next story points.
Yeah, and I would recommend doing the one involving Varric's friend. I would do that. To me, I would do that.
Oh, yeah, no. I was going to do the Grey Warden quest first.
I would do that first.
That was my full intention to do that one first, just because I'm this is definitely what I want to do.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much all I'm doing in Dragon Age Inquisition. Then there was a play and win icon on the 360 dashboard. So I'm like, oh, well, what's this about? Play Call of Duty, get free stuff. I'm like, oh, all right, why not? It's been a while, but sure. So I played a little bit of multiplayer in Advanced Warfare.
Okay.
It continues to be laggy. So, yeah. Hopefully I win something free, because it's just kind of not worth going back to it.
I remember, like, playing GTA 4 online, I think it was. And, like, it was really weird, because a crap ton of CAGs all won free stuff from the playing. It was crazy. It was like every other post in that thread on CAG was like, oh, I won too. I won a year of life from that.
Huh.
But it was so weird because it was all...
Was it GTA 5 online?
No, 4.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, that must have been back when Games for Windows Live was doing that contest too.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, because that was when I won the all that friggin' ridiculous stuff from Grand Theft Auto 4. But that wasn't when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4. That was when I was playing Fallout 3. So that was just hey, play something specific on Games for Windows Live and get free stuff, potentially. And I won a big prize off that one. I had the GTA 4 dartboard, the license plate for Nico, Liberty CDPD t-shirt. Yeah. I won a lot of free stuff for that one. It was weird. I was very confused with what to do with it. Eventually I sold it all. Because what the hell was I going to do with it? I mean, what the hell am I going to do with it? Friggin' like, what was it, like 3-foot dartboard? It was gigantic. Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, played a little bit of Advanced Warfare. Hopefully I win something.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, be nice.
That's literally the only time I'd ever won anything with those play and win things. But hey, the one time it worked out, it was, at that time, $50 worth of content.
I mean, sure, yeah. It's worth it, yeah. So yeah, not really much else on that. Then we'll finish off with Xbox One with Destiny. That's played some Destiny.
Okay. Waiting for Wolves in April.
I guess, but I still don't have the DLC for
okay.
For Crota. So yeah, waiting on sales for both. Because I ain't paying full price. Sorry. I just don't want to. I haven't had a raiding crew come together, so there's really no reason for me to buy the DLC yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, just leveling a bunch of stuff up, trying to finish up quests that'll give me 2 exotic main weapons, the Thorn and the Bad Juju.
Yeah.
And that's about it for that. Alright, so we'll end off with PC, where I played one new thing, kind of, even though it's like 2 years old at this point. And then some more RPGing with Diablo III.
Yeah.
In Season 2.
Yeah.
Which is about to end. So for the 2nd anniversary, I want to say, of Diablo 2 or 3, they put out a bunch of fun bonuses, those being anybody who plays the game, PC or console, gets 100% plus more experience and 100% more gold and item find, or gold find.
Okay.
Man, it is ridiculously fast to level up when you're doing that. I am like, I want to say like 10 levels above where I would normally be in Act 2.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, my Crusader is just so ridiculously overpowered for this section. I kind of wish I could put it on even harder mode now, just because it's going so quickly for the level up. But you can't exactly raise the difficulty after you've started the game, so I'll make do, just because I'm just destroying everything I come up to. So not only was the Crusader ridiculously powerful to begin with, now I'm just ridiculously over-leveled. So I'm quite okay with that. It's going to be really tough for me to get killed. with my Crusader, because just damn, so powerful.
Right.
Yeah, not really much else to say. Just enjoying the hell out of that Crusader. Those abilities are really fun to use in combination.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's about it for Diablo 3 at the moment. And since tonight's the last night for the 100% XP bonus and 100% gold find, I want to play at least a couple more hours of it before they shut that off. So that way I can skip to Act 3 as quick as possible, because I think I'm halfway to Act 3.
Okay.
So we'll do that, and then hopefully I'll be able to skip to Act 3 quick enough that I'll be able to shoot through Act 3 for the most part pretty quick. And maybe finally get to Act 4 or Act 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe on a season. Because, yeah, this was maybe just 1 month quicker than I thought the end of the season was going to come.
Yeah.
Alright, so last game I was playing on PC was a little bit of fun fighting action with Divekick. I was playing some multiplayer Divekick with Scott, friend of the show. Yeah, man, that's a fun game. I forgot how fun that was.
I will be waiting for the video.
Yeah, I recorded a video of our hour-long section of dive kicking each other to death. It wasn't really a lot of fun talking per se going on,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely some fun dive kicking. Because dive kick's just fun. It's a fun game. Just one hit KOing your opponents every round is just so fun and ridiculous. Yeah. I might have to bump the rounds up to 7 next time. Just because 5 rounds went by pretty quick. But yeah, it was fun. Now that I know my PC can handle recording, maybe I'll put out some more videos again. Just because I was so hesitant to test all that stuff. And maybe I'll start doing some Twitch streams. If the Twitch stream can handle, or if my PC can handle doing Twitch. Still have to test that out too. But yeah, I guess video forthcoming for all the dive kick fun that we were having for that hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to cut it up into smaller chunks because
Right.
nobody likes watching an hour-long video on YouTube.
Right.
So yeah. That's all the stuff that I've been playing. There's really not much to say about dive kick because it's 2 buttons. And you win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the PC version is automatically updated to Edition Plus.
Yeah.
Or Edition.
Well, I don't know. I've tried to update the Vita version. I don't think it updated. I don't know about the PS3 version. I think maybe I can't obviously test it because
Yeah.
I don't have working.
Kind of it's kind of hard to do without a functioning console. Yeah. Well, I mean it's just that simple. There's a dive and there's a kick. You jump and you kick somebody in the head.
Yep.
God, we had so many double KOs.
Really?
I don't know how many we had overall, but damn, we had a lot.
Okay.
I think the first match we had one automatically, the first thing we did was double KO each other. If I remember that right.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, alright, like I said, video forthcoming hopefully sometime this week, but we'll see. Because I still have a lot of other videos that I need to upload to YouTube of all the podcasts that I still haven't posted. I'm catching up, don't worry.
Okay.
They'll all be posted. Yeah, I was lazy and completely forgot most times when I was going to go do it. Alright, I mean, that's all the stuff that I've been playing because I've just been playing so much friggin' Inquisition. So,
Excellent.
yeah, hopefully once I advance the story a little bit further, we'll figure out if I can slow down a little bit and play some other stuff for next week, or the next episode at least. So, like I said, that's all the stuff I've been playing. Let's get over to the news.
And now, the latest game news from around the world.
Alright, and first up on the news, it has been years in the making, at least in some people's eyes, but Nintendo is finally getting into the mobile gaming market for smartphones.
Although it's not maybe exactly what you're thinking of, it would be. So, Nintendo has partnered with a mobile developer and publisher in Japan called DNA. It's spelled D-E-N-A, but it's spelled or it's pronounced DNA.
Yeah, I don't know why it's pronounced like that. It's
because the D-E still sounds like D.
Yeah, but it sounds like it should be D-E-N-A.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Japan.
What? Or Dane, maybe. Maybe that is how it's pronounced. It's in Japan. Dane.
I don't know. But anyway, so this isn't exactly, you're not going to see Mario 3 on iPhone. I mean, what?
Oh, thankfully, yes. They're not just going to do straight up port jobs here.
Yeah, I mean, what this is going to be is taking Nintendo franchises, letting DNA develop games that are focused on the smartphone using Nintendo IPs and try to introduce Nintendo IPs to either customers that would normally not purchase a dedicated Nintendo device or customers that they might be able to take an interest after playing a smaller smartphone version into playing something on a dedicated Nintendo device.
Yeah.
And the other part of the deal with DNA is to set up a multi-device membership service that would feature functionality between mobile, PC, and Nintendo's dedicated platforms. Slated to launch this fall. Gee, what's getting ready to end like right now, or at least this summer, or at least by the time you're listening to this, you can no longer enter Club Nintendo codes.
Yeah.
You can still buy Club Nintendo stuff, but you can't enter any codes.
Yeah. Methinks I'm hoping they're going to take advantage of this, though, in another way, and maybe fix their online service a little bit. Because their back end is not very good.
And the other part of this announcement, after getting through all the mobile stuff, is basically, well, we're not abandoning.
Iwata goes, don't, hold, slow your roll. It's all good. We're still making something. We're not getting out of the console business yet.
So there is a new dedicated piece of hardware. That's all we know. We can't say it's a console or a handheld or both.
Yeah.
It is a dedicated piece of hardware that is codenamed the DX. NX. And it's too early to elaborate on the details of it, and the company and Nintendo will discuss it in detail next year, which means E3 2016.
Yeah. I'm starting to see a trend because something else is going to be at E3 2016
wah, wah, wah,
instead of this year.
Wah.
Legend of Zelda Wii U has been delayed officially, and it's not going to be at this year's E3.
Well, that probably means unless Nintendo has got something crazy, I'm not buying anything for my Wii U this year.
Oh, you're not going to get Splatoon?
No.
Oh, come on. That looks super fun.
It does look fun, but it requires me playing online with strangers with no voice chat.
I do that all the time, so I don't see the problem.
Well, guess what? It's probably going to come out the same time as Witcher. So, sorry.
All right, fine. I guess I see a little bit more of a point there.
Maybe I'll pick it up at a discount later in the summer or something if it gets good
There you go.
reviews, but I'm not buying that day one if it's truly coming out in May, like Nintendo said, because there's no voice chat. I could play Battlefield.
All right. Got it. All right. Got your point. But yeah, there's... Man, what else is coming out later this year? Jeez.
Star Fox?
Two big games got delayed. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
We didn't mention.
I forgot about the delay of Uncharted.
Yeah. Uncharted. Although, to be fair, there's probably Sony's... There's
that wasn't guaranteed anyway.
No. And I don't even know... Well, I guess at the PlayStation Experience, the trailer at the end said coming fall 2015, but that's apparently changed now. But
yeah, that was a little vague at the time.
Yeah.
But development.
But I think Sony.
I'm happier that they're giving these games time rather than trying to rush them out.
Well, the problem is, we'll get to it in the NPDs where, now granted, April is always a little lighter than March because a lot of people get the stuff out by the end of March, but normally there's stuff in May, and there's hardly anything in May this year. There's literally it is just like some tumbleweeds going through the, passing by on the town street up until E3.
At least for retail, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Oh,
but speaking of Zelda news,
yeah.
Nintendo said nuh-uh to those rumors of Netflix doing a TV show. Yeah, they were not true.
Well, you have to look at okay, so here's the direct quote. As of now, and Polygon and other news sites have taken note of this because Nintendo has flat out said, "Oh, we're not doing a 3DS XL," and then they announced a few months later 3DS XL because they said Nippon was being, this Nippon story is totally incorrect. And a few months later, here's the XL. So
all right, so the actual quote.
The actual quote is, "As of now, I have nothing new to share with you in regards to the use of our IPs for any TV shows or films, but I can at least confirm that the article in question is not based on correct information."
So there is no deal.
Well,
at minimum, there is no deal.
It is not currently in production. There could have been a deal, and there could have been a falling out. There could be a deal in negotiation. Could be, yeah. There could, there's a lot of things it could be. He just did not say that, he did not say, no, it's not happening. He's saying the information in the Wall Street Journal article is incorrect.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's something, but yeah, no current plans for Netflix to be doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And something that came about as a weird circumstance. This is just absolutely nuts the way it started out.
Yeah.
Kojima is now leaving Konami after Metal Gear 5 is completed.
Yeah, and the way this works out is with Konami, and the only reason I know this is because Ryan Payton, the guy who started off as a part-time journalist for, it was the Xbox part of the 1UP network, and then because he studied Japanese in college, he parlayed that into working at Konami, and he worked on Portable Ops, and then got promoted to work on Metal Gear Solid 4. So, and he helped with the shooting and getting it to, he's credited with getting it to be more interesting shooting and improving the mechanics for the Western audience in both Portable Ops and 4. He's highly credited.
So basically, he made the controls not crap.
Yes, or at least told them how, like, hey, you need to do it like this instead.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, he worked there. And the way Konami does it is they don't pay you overtime, but however much overtime that you would have accrued finishing up a game, they put that as paid vacation. So after he worked on Metal Gear Solid 4, he had worked up several months of vacation, and his mom got sick, so he used up his vacation, and then, 2 weeks to go, turned in his notice, and, moved back home.
Okay.
So what's happening?
What does that have to do with current?
Okay,
current goings on?
so Kojima, so Metal Gear Solid comes out beginning of September. Kojima is leaving at the end of the year, and most likely what's going to happen as soon as the game goes gold, Konami sends him on vacation, and then, his vacation runs out, or the contract, whichever comes first, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, they're currently Kojima Studios is going to be working as a contractor rather than permanent employee.
Right, and a lot of his upper staff and the way we found out about it is people started seeing, because this is the end of the fiscal year, so April 1 is a real big thing in Japan for financials and stuff. So Konami...
Yeah, which is a really weird time to be doing it rather than April 2nd, because April 1st in the US and in most of the other areas of the world, not the best time to be releasing big news.
Well, okay, so Japan's different than the West, so...
I'm just saying, it's really a bad time to be releasing news, actual news.
Well, this was the anticipation of that. So they said starting April 1, this is the executive structure of Konami, and you had all these people, and neo-gaffers and Redditors were like, wait a minute, where's Kojima? Because Kojima is supposed to be VP of whatever with Konami. And then Kojima's LA studio, where they do a lot of the voice work and music, is now Konami Studios Los Angeles. And then promotional box art for the Metal Gear Solid game started removing the Hideo Kojima game line from the box art.
Yeah.
And it was
a weird start to that.
Yeah, and then the rumors started spreading like wildfire, and eventually about a week later, Kojima and Konami put out a joint statement detailing what we've talked about here. The big thing that's in question is the status of Silent Hills, because that was supposed to be a joint project between Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, and it was thought that Konami recruited del Toro to do this game, given, Kojima's love of Hollywood people, see Kiefer Sutherland being the voice of Snake now.
Yeah.
Or at least Big Boss Snake.
Yeah.
And
which is weird still, because Big Boss Snake is already voiced by David Hayter in the previous games.
Yeah, but I remember reading something about, because Big Boss is a heavier smoker than Solid Snake, so they were wanting Hayter to sound more like he was a heavier smoker, and Hayter basically said that he almost did damage to his vocal cords, something to that effect, sounding as gruff as he was supposed to sound to please Konami for Big Boss Snake, or I guess technically Naked Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peace Walker.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. So that part is just out of, the whole Metal Gear Solid 5 thing is just, first Hayter is just gone, and then, now, and replaced by Kiefer Sutherland, and now Kojima's gone once it's done.
Yeah.
So this whole saga of this game's been weird. Weirder than normal for me.
Weirder than normal Metal Gear news.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
All right. There's not really anything else. It's still on track for September 1st.
Yeah.
And Konami has said that they are going to continue to work on Metal Gear after this, and they're already starting the hiring process for the next Metal Gear after 5.
Yeah. So, hey, if you want to work on the Metal Gear series, maybe you contact Konami.
Yeah, minus Kojima.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll actually make more sense than the convolution that is the current Metal Gear series. I'm watching Drew play through the Metal Gear games, and damn, they are just ridiculous. Their ridiculousness of the most high order possible. I mean, sometimes those cutscenes just run way too long.
You think you've seen cutscenes.
I know. Once we get to Metal Gear 4 for the Metal Gear Scanlan, yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, you think you've seen.
I know. We'll get there eventually.
All right, let's move on here.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of release dates for interesting things coming out this year, Hearthstone, or even like 2 days from now,
as we're recording,
or 3 days from now. Yeah. Hearthstone's next expansion for their single-player-ish expansion, featuring 17 new bosses and 31 new cards, will go worldwide on April 2nd. Yes. And it is confirmed. Hearthstone's Black Rock Mountain. Hey, I'm quite okay with this.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not too expensive. But yeah, I'll definitely be picking it up because I still enjoy me some Hearthstone.
Steven.
What?
We have breaking news.
Oh yeah! Speaking of release dates,
yeah,
we're actually going to be able to confirm that sometime this year, Halo 5 was originally supposed to be released. Now we have an exact date of October 27th.
Yes. Confirmed via 2 different trailers that have hit YouTube tonight. One from the perspective of Agent Locke, the star of Halo Nightfall, and at least partial star of Halo 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the other trailer, which came out second, was from the perspective of Master Chief. And seems to be...
So, I'm just going to make random speculation. This is based off just my intuition of what could possibly happen.
Mm-hmm.
Master Chief goes AWOL trying to find Cortana, and Locke's sent after him. That's just my guess.
Yeah, it seems like they're pulling a Halo 2. You're going to have a campaign from 2 different perspectives.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out as we get closer to its release date, though, if I'm correct.
And cynics would note that will be likely the week before the normal release date for the Call of Duty series, as Call of Duty generally releases on the first Tuesday of November.
Right.
And that Halo 4 and Master Chief Collection both release the week after Call of Duty. And now they're going the opposite way.
Yeah, they're kind of taking the Battlefield approach.
Yep.
So I wonder what's going to come out from EA this year on that same day.
It'll be Battlefront.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it'll be Battlefront. Or it better be.
Well, there's no guarantee that it's going to come out the same day, but yes.
I
just get the feeling something's coming out that day.
Or they'll play hopscotch and then Battlefront will come out the week after Call of Duty. Or we're going to play hopscotch and do it that way.
I don't know. But Halo 5 staked its claim, so now everybody else has to form up around them.
Hey, you know what else would be awesome from EA?
I don't know.
How about an Awakening-sized expansion for Dragon Age to come out this fall? Huh? Like another 20 to 40 hour campaign for Dragon Age.
I mean, I'm enjoying it so far, so sure, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm still not quite done with it, so I wouldn't buy it right away.
Well, right, but I mean, we'll get to it here in a second, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Why you... All right.
Well, no, I'm just thinking of wish list for the fall. Like,
Oh, okay.
Wish
Okay.
list for fall. I mean, you're gonna have Battlefront, Halo. Obviously, I don't have an Xbox One, but they've done so much damage to the brand. Battlefront, I'm interested in, but I don't have multiplayer. So, Call of Duty, kind of the same thing. Don't have multiplayer. I've got Fallout. Hopefully, got Persona. Don't have Uncharted. I don't have Zelda. I'm kind of needing some single player stuff here.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
definitely not.
Speaking of online multiplayer, Halo is returning to the PC. As Halo Online in Russia only.
Yeah.
For now.
Published by a Russian MMO company.
Yeah,
and
it's
based on a highly modified version of the Halo 3 engine. And
it's hella free to play.
And optimized for smooth performance on lower end computers.
It's hella free to play though. It's kind of yeah.
Made by the people who did Time Shift and Inversion. Oh,
So,
and they also worked on the Master Chief Collection. Well, they also worked on Combat Evolved, and that was fine. But they also worked on the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, methinks
seeing a pattern here.
Maybe they were stretching themselves a little too thin trying to get this game out.
Or at least support. I mean, obviously they weren't the direct developers, but they were doing some support, I guess. But
yeah.
This is kind of a growing trend as Activision released Call of Duty Online, a free-to-play version of the Call of Duty series, online multiplayer for Chinese audiences.
Right, and the weird... Man, Call of Duty Online is the weirdest thing. Because it takes elements from...
2 and 3. It's like maps from 2 and 3.
No. For Call of Duty?
Right. I watched the Giant Bomb Quick Look. That's...
Oh, yeah, okay. Modern Warfare 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also takes single-player elements from Modern Warfare 1 as well?
Okay, I didn't get that watch. I mean, I watched it, but I don't remember.
It was weird. Well, I mean, it starts off with the opening scene of Modern Warfare 1 on the boat.
Oh, okay.
And then it goes into weird other things.
Well, then it goes into the training thing at the beginning of Modern Warfare 2. That's Modern Warfare 2's training.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's just random and
it's the exact same pattern too. It's the exact same pattern of everything.
It's just weird as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what else is weird?
Hearing somebody's voice.
Well,
randomly.
The cynic in me is going to be like, how come the Xbox One can't do stuff that the 360 could do at launch in 2005?
I'm constantly asking myself that same question every time I turn it on to play Destiny. I'm constantly asking myself that question of like, man, this would be really nice to have that same party system we had on 360. Oh well.
Which is supposedly coming in this April firmware update in addition to changes to the achievement apps and also voice messaging. You would be able to leave voice messages to your Xbox friends. The same thing you could do on the 360 in November of 2005.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm
with you. I am with you. This is so stupid.
That was
all the functions are not there.
We talked about the ragtag thing on air, right? And that was the other thing going up into the launch of the Xbox and then the post-launch. I just hear all these stories about how the party system is broken and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you had it. You had the blueprint. I mean, you had everything. Like you had a perfect place to start from. You had the party system.
They could have taken that system and refined it even further. And they threw it out the window and started from scratch.
And now it's taken December, January, February, March, April. It's taken 17 damn months to get back to square one, essentially? To get back to where the 360 is?
Let's wait and see what this update actually does.
Yeah.
For functionality of parties.
Yeah,
we'll see. Because I've still never used my Xbox One's chat function for parties.
That's terrible.
I've never joined a party. I don't even want to know what it's like.
That's absolutely terrible. That was the strength of the 360 over the PS3.
I know. I was constantly chatting with other people.
Me and Joe.
At least other people I knew.
Me and Joe, we talked about last episode. Me and Joe tried out the stinking share play in a party on PS4. And it was pretty much exactly like we were doing it on 360. It functions the exact same way. Did Sony lap Microsoft with that?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I don't know.
I mean, E is a smart guy. I mean, he didn't do any of the technical stuff on the system, but he manages the live section. I mean, surely they would have gone to him in how everything functions through the network, and he'd be like, guys, this is really going to be, we're really going to make some people mad missing these features.
I'm guessing not. I'm guessing they didn't listen to everybody who was talking, but they listened to the wrong people who were talking.
Yeah, because it was all the people saying connect, sports, TV.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Always online, F you, Adam Orth. Sorry, I'll throw that one in there. I still don't like that guy.
Anyway, well, for those of us who are still subscribed to Xbox Live Gold, we're getting quite a bit of fun stuff for April with our games for Gold.
Well, this is my last month, so... And what a game for me to get on 360. Boy, talk about rants. I went on a rant about this game on Facebook.
I'm going to say the Xbox One free games could be much better.
And that's not what I'm talking about, but you get two fine games.
Yeah.
Or at least one fine game.
One really good game, one game I know next to nothing about, so I guess I'll download it and find out.
Yeah, so normally for the Xbox games for Gold, it's 1 on Xbox One and 2 on 360, split up first half month, second half. For whatever reason this month, they're doubling them. So for Xbox One, you get Child of Light,
which is really good,
and Pull Nation FX,
which could be good. So like I said, I'll find out.
In the Xbox 360 version, apparently the games for Europe are different, or there was some rumor going around the day before this announcement that everything was Lego games, and I was actually halfway excited. So I was like, sweet, if I ever want these Lego games now, I'll have them all as free downloads, but it wasn't. It was a load of, two crappy shooters and a game that I'm not interested about, although you might be, and a game I have on PS4. So the first half of the month, one of my favorite games of all time that I just unloaded and not at somebody, but just unloaded on the game and the developer, and longtime fans of the show know that I love Gears of War Judgment so much. Now I have it for free. Yay.
No, I'm good. I don't need to download that one. That's for sure.
I'll redeem the damn download, but I'll cancel it and I'll at least redeem it. But
I'm good. I don't need to sully my account with that one.
And then the other half is just is a game that is growing in popularity in the younger set, and I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but it's Terraria.
It's 2D Terraria 2D. It's 2D Minecraft. Kinda, but it's not as good.
Yeah, so that's the first half of the month. Well, it's starting to, trust me, I've seen at my local GameStop. That's now, I guess kids are looking for the next thing, and they're coming to Terraria now.
I mean, they can be looking for the next thing all they want. Minecraft is still so much better than any of that.
It's not as many people, but it's the...
Also, Terraria has been out for years.
Oh, I didn't realize that. But it's the kids that came in 2 years ago for when Minecraft launched on disc, or it's actually almost 3 years by now, because it was June of 2012. So it's the kids that bought Minecraft 3 years ago, or the younger... or sometimes it's the younger version, or it's people that bought Minecraft 3 years ago and now are like, okay, now I'm going to do Terraria. there's still more people coming in from Minecraft, but there are people that have played Minecraft for a couple years and are now wanting to look at something else, and Terraria is now the same price, and Microsoft is finally putting it out on disc by itself for $20 and not forcing you to buy a USB stick and everything else and charging $30 for it.
Yeah.
It's now $20 disc, just like Minecraft, and that's starting to take off a little bit. It may not hit the top. Don't be surprised if one of these summer months coming up where everything slows down, you don't see Terraria in the top 10. Don't be surprised.
I would actually be surprised.
I think it has the potential to sneak into the top 10 at some point, especially because we'll get to the game soon. But, I mean, as much as we're talking about, tumbleweeds, at least the PS4 and Xbox One is getting something.
Yeah.
The 360.
All right,
yeah,
so
the rest is
those games are from April 1st to the 15th.
Yeah. The end of the month on 360, you get Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Really
good game.
Really good game. And then Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel.
Yeah.
The worst of the 3 Army of Two games. Yay.
Yeah. Why they wouldn't decide to go with the first Army of Two as opposed to this one? I don't know.
Or even the second one.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know if the first one is still on Games on Demand, to be honest with you. I don't know if the first one's...
I don't know. But it would be a better choice than this one, that's for sure.
Well, a better choice for Dragon Age fans maybe would be to own the Xbox One or PC versions of Dragon Age, because then you get 30 days exclusive access to the DLC. Or at least 30 days. We don't even know the time frame, but we're hoping it's 30 days.
Yeah, because the new expansion, Jaws of Hakan, will be launching on PC, Xbox One first, before PS4.
Well, it's already out. It came out last Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's already out.
I didn't know the time frame.
Yeah. It was weird because literally Monday, Sunday night, the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the achievements hit Xbox achievements. It's like, oh, well, okay, so we should be seeing this within a month, because that's usually what happens on DLC or something. It's like you'll see the achievements about a month before, and then Monday it was like, oh, trailer coming out Tuesday. Okay. Oh, yeah, the actual DLC is coming out Tuesday as well. Okay.
Okay.
And then it's like, yeah, it's on Xbox One and PC. Because remember, were you watching the E3 trailers quick enough? And that little flash of light that little flash of the Dragon Age where it said DLC first on Xbox?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
I noticed it. A lot of people didn't, but yeah, and because Microsoft doesn't care, and technically the PC is their platform as well, they're like, yeah, you can go ahead and release it on PC as well.
Yeah.
Now the part I find strange is that this isn't on 360 yet.
Yeah, that is a little odd.
So I don't know. Hopefully it comes out on the other. I would like for you to have access. I mean, you don't want to get it now.
No, because I'm still in the middle of the regular game.
Still in the middle of the regular game, and you have to be level 20 to play that DLC. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah. So it's designed for late game play.
Okay, so level 20 is the cap, right?
That's a soft cap, but you can progress past it.
Meaning I can earn more points?
Well, yeah, I'm like level 23. It's not even really a soft cap. It's just, there's some area, 20 is like the achievement, and there's people within the DLC that have gotten up to 25. I think the amount of, because see, they have the thing where if you're over 3 level difference of the enemy, then you don't earn XP for killing them.
Right.
So most of the content in Dragon Age doesn't scale past 20. So, except for, a few of the dragons at the end, because they'll scale up past 20, and a couple of the areas, like side quest areas, they're totally optional.
Right.
Those will be over level 20 so you can get XP for killing the people. But like you go to that first area of the hinterlands, even you right now, you go to that first area of the hinterlands. You know, the little village or whatever, the makeshift village, and you fight the stuff around there, it's all going to be like level 5, and you're not going to get any XP from killing it.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I get resources and I get money and I get stuff I can sell.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that stuff. But, so like I'm level like 21, 22 right now. I know one of the CAGs in the BioWare group we have on CAG in the Xbox forum, he's near the end of the DLC and he's 25 now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to be close to the end of the game to play this DLC. So yeah. It's good. I'm just hoping they don't pull something like Destiny does and be like, sorry, because Destiny's expanding what's the thing there at the main town? The chest. It's not called a chest, I don't think.
Oh, you mean the vault?
The vault. So
that's just where you keep all your items and gear.
Right, but they're expanding it on.
Yeah, they're adding another 4,
but not on 360 and PS3. Or there's some drawback to the 360 PS3 version.
It can't render that many things or something.
Yeah, so like you can't do the item comparison or something.
Yeah, from inside the vault, you can't hit the button and compare it to your currently equipped items.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's going to change on the previous gen stuff.
Yeah. But I just hope...
I'd say that's a fair thing to change to get everybody the increase.
Yeah.
Because there was a once or twice where I hit that buffer. Because, yeah.
But, I mean, I just hope that they don't just be like, okay, here it is for PS4 in a month, and sorry, we're not doing it on PS3 and 360. I hope you at least get it when you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
Some people are ready for a football game that's not Madden.
Oh, I was going to go, are you ready for some football? Oh,
well. Something that's been stealthily rumored and, we still don't even know exactly what it is, but Joe Montana's been dropping these little hints on Twitter and posting these, screenshots and videos and
apparently there's something called Joe Montana Football 2016 coming out at some point.
Likely to be announced at E3.
I guess,
the rumor is that it's Xbox One exclusive developed by 2K. That may not be true. It could very well be something that's mobile only. We don't exactly know.
We don't know. We have zero idea exactly what it is.
But the first rumor of this from somebody on the Operation Sports forums, some of that stuff appears to be incorrect because he claimed that it was NFL licensed because it was Microsoft exclusive and Microsoft's deal with the NFL allowed, them to be able to use the license because it's first party. And he was basically taking a provision from the MLB rule and trying to apply it to the NFL, which was never the case. And also the screenshot that came out from Joe Montana a couple weeks ago showed Joe Montana and other football players in non-NFL uniforms.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Just be expecting something of that nature. And this isn't Joe Montana had a semi-successful football series developed by Sega with help from EA at times. There was a Joe Montana football series on Sega Genesis, and of course the last 3 non-NFL football games on the 360 and PS3. There was All Pro Football 2K8, which I would suggest was the best football game to come out until Madden 15. There was also Backbreaker that had that control scheme that I could never figure out. And then there was the Blitz series, which abandoned the NFL license because they had to and basically said, F you, NFL, we're going to make a satire story mode with steroids and this and that much like the ESPN series the NFL made ESPN can, maybe closer to real life than the NFL would like to say?
Probably.
Admit?
Would it not be ridiculously funny if Montana is actually creating the longest running troll of everyone, and on April 1st, he announces it is fake? Would that not be the best troll ever?
No, the best troll ever is if it was a mobile game. If it was a mobile game.
Well, no, that would be the sad reality. That wouldn't be the troll.
Okay. All right.
The troll would be, oh, no, I was just playing with everybody. This ain't real.
Yeah, because he's been doing stuff like this literally since last fall, since like last August.
It started July 2014, where he tweeted artwork of himself in a generic football jersey.
Yeah, okay. Knew something like that. All right, more sports news as this one is confirmed, and this one has a license. So the PGA Tour Series, it's had Tiger Woods attached to it since since the PS1 days, but now after taking a year off, it is now Rory McIlroy PGA Tour.
The Tiger Woods PGA Tour Series started in '98.
Yep, on PS1. And the first print run of that game had the original South Park Christmas Jesus skit on it, on the disc.
Yeah, that was such a weird thing.
Yeah. Unedited, might I add.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of people were not too happy about that one.
No, not too happy.
I would have been stoked, because that was back when I was really into South Park.
So the game is coming out this summer for Xbox One, PS4 only, so they are abandoning the older consoles. And some other things that have come up is that the two guys, I've never watched the Golf Channel, but their two main commentators are the ones that are doing the commentary this year. And that, although not confirmed, likely means that Augusta National, home of the Masters, is no longer in the series. Critical interest of the game and interest of the game outside of the Wii platform took off in 2012. Well, the Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2012 that came out in 2011 with the addition of Augusta National, home of the Masters, and the first time it had ever been in a Western released golf game. Yeah. Augusta National continued for the next two Tiger Woods games, and like I was tweeting to Owen Good about on Twitter, I had the sneaky feeling that Augusta National was done when the first images we saw, or video we saw of now Rory McIlroy PGA Tour last E3 was like, oh, and now it's a battlefield course. Look at the battleship crash into the golf course. As soon as that happened, I was like, is Augusta National really going to stand up for this? Because they're very highfalutin, high-class establishment. As I do my southern drawl.
Golf is a weird thing.
Yeah, and the reason the commentators are important is that the CBS crew of Jim Nance and David Faraty are no longer in there, and that was one of the requirements for Augusta to be in there, is you had to have the CBS announce team.
Well, I guess we'll find out eventually.
Yeah, but I lean towards it not being there. Sadly, as also the original SimCity Maxis studio is no longer with us.
Yep. EA shuttered them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And immediately after, because that news came out the week of GDC. Because if you're going to shut down a long-time famous development studio, of course you do it at GDC before the people that work there have a chance to get their resumes ready and going to GDC to get a new job. And also while all the press is focused on that and PAX, and this is basically like the politics when they put out the bad news that 4 or 5 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah. And it also just happened right after Maxis finally put in cheetah speed, and everything is kind of working for SimCity again. Yeah. Kind of not really the best timing.
So the other thing is, right after this happened, what is that city building game that's taking Steam by storm? I mean, Giant Bomb talked about it. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, I'll find it in a second.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yeah, so basically a game that does everything that SimCity should have done, made by a much smaller team of individuals, is just going nuts on Steam right now. It's been like the #1 game on Steam in the last couple weeks since this happened. So go figure, right? Nobody's interested in city building anymore, right?
I believe it's Cities Skylines.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Brighter news. Rock Band 4 is coming out for Xbox One and PS4 this fall.
It's official.
Yep. DLC will carry over across the same console family, but you cannot crisscross. Nope, can't cross the streams. Nope. Bad.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Just another way I get screwed over. I can't import Borderlands 2 save. I can't.
Don't worry about it. Right now, you don't want to play that game on next-gen consoles anyway, because of the frame rate is even worse than the previous gen consoles.
Is it on both versions or just the Xbox one?
Oh, it seems like it's everything.
It's everything? Okay.
Sure seems that way.
How can you screw that up?
I don't know. Not when you have this much extra horsepower.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It should essentially be a little bit below the PC version.
I don't get it. I don't know.
And of course, where there's Rock Band, there's likely Guitar Hero.
That's when Activision starts seeing, hey, guess what? Dollar signs all in our eyes.
As it's rumored that sometime in April will be the reveal of the new Guitar Hero game.
Yeah, most likely. Though the question becomes, what studio is going to be creating it?
Yeah, because Neversoft is dead.
Yeah. So, guess we'll find out sometime in April.
You know something else that's weird and Activision related?
The fact that the Call of Duty lead designer has returned to Infinity Ward?
Yeah, ding, ding, ding!
Yeah, I don't get it either.
And he was, of course, part of the infamous Infinity Ward employee group that sued Activision almost 5 years ago for unpaid royalties.
Which makes absolutely zero sense that he would come back.
And he went to Respawn, worked on Titanfall, and now he's back at Infinity Ward.
Yeah, he left Respawn in 2012, and then he worked at Riot Games for a little bit.
Yep.
And yeah, now he's back at Activision for some reason.
And it's not a direct correlation, but the only thing that I remember being close to that, and I just watched the video of it recently, would be Gertzman and Giant Bomb getting bought by CBS Interactive after everything the previous, GameSpot hired, the CNET executives that screwed up GameSpot. And
yeah,
that still GameSpot's still recovering from to this day.
Yeah.
That whole debacle, and then now a few years later, it's like, oh, well, we got a whole new crew here, and Whiskey Me is kind of imploding and needs to sell these properties, and hey, hi, Jeff.
Yeah.
Come back to your old offices. Let your crew have their old phone numbers back.
Yeah, it's almost that weird.
That's the only thing I can think of. Something where it was that rough, and then all of a sudden, hey. something scary, you should probably log in and change your Twitch password. And if you're a streamer, you've probably already done this and had to reset your broadcast key because, yeah, there was some type of Twitch security breach.
Yeah, they sent out some emails to everybody. Said, yeah, you really should change your password.
Well, it's required.
Because,
as soon as you log in now, or try to log in, it's required.
Well, yeah, I mean, because otherwise you won't be getting back into it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it seems like there was a fairly sizable breach. As in first names, last names, phone numbers, addresses, maybe even birthdays. And potentially some credit card information.
Well, I guess depending on if, thankfully I've not subscribed. Yeah, that's the right word, subscribed to anybody on Twitch. So, but, their Twitch, there's people that are making a living off of Twitch.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a lot.
Yeah. So, and then.
Yeah, it's just.
And then you may remember that Twitch was bought by Amazon for almost $1 billion. And everybody thought that YouTube was Google was buying Twitch to integrate it into YouTube. And when that deal fell through, apparently YouTube is gunning for a competing service.
Yeah, they're ramping up on a gaming-focused overhaul coming soon.
Well, they're
with a significant focus on esports and video games.
Yep. Which is weird because at the same time as this, there's that Tinder service where all the top YouTube stars that aren't gaming related are putting their videos on this first before YouTube, and you have to pay to be, although they did a promotion where you could get a year free, but otherwise you're paying for early access. So if you want early access to some of these, if you want to see the video first before YouTube, you pay this service so much a month, and you get all your favorite YouTubers' videos first on this Tinder. I think it is. No, it's not Tinder. It's something else.
Yeah, Tinder's an app. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
It's not Tinder. It's something else. I can't remember the name of it. Tinder's the dating thing. There's some app service, and I forget the name of it, but you get the videos, you get the YouTube videos for the YouTubers' videos first on it before.
Is it Vimeo?
No, it's not Vimeo. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, well, I mean, they've already got a decent streaming service currently with the Google Plus Hangouts and everything else.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. All right, and I guess we're back into regular gaming news now, because Broken Age Act 2 has finally got its release date. So many months later after the first act.
Yeah.
It'll be launching on April 28th on PC. And the full game will be hitting PS4 and Vita on the same day.
Yeah, which is awesome that it's... I wonder how... I guess they're going to sell that together.
Yeah, it'll be the full game.
Yeah.
Both halves of one package for $25. So it'll be $25.
Vessel is the name of the program.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
It's, like I said, it's $3 a month. They just did a promotion trying to get people to get it for free. Get it a year for free, but I think that ended. But yeah, it's $3 a month, and all the there's worries that all of YouTube's top people are going to leave. Sorry about that. All of YouTube's top people are going to leave YouTube for this competing service because the royalty, they get more money. It's a money thing, so they get more.
Yeah,
money
well, we'll see how long that lasts when they actually realize, oh, nobody's following me.
Well, it's because it's like, well, if you want my videos first, subscribe for this, and I'll put it on this service first before they hit YouTube, so you get to be the cool kids. That's the whole.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just telling.
That's really gonna be a good thing.
I'm just telling you what the business model is, and it's
not gonna catch on at all.
So sorry.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
All right, so looks like $25 for 2 acts.
Oh,
a decently long adventure game seems like a good price.
I wonder if that's the same price as
As what?
Oh, customers who have already bought Broken Age through Steam will receive Act 2 as a free update.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the second half free, and if you haven't bought...
No, I never bought it,
okay.
So I will get it in the full package once it goes on Steam sale, because everything goes on Steam sale eventually.
Right. And the joke I made earlier was the first episode came out in January 2014, and here it is over a year later for part 2.
Yeah, that's a really long time.
You know what else it was a really long time ago?
2010?
Yeah.
2010 was a long time ago?
Yeah, God of War 3.
Yeah, when it came out in 2010, that was a long time ago.
In high def on PS3. So how about...
I mean, it was a pretty high def game at the time, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good looking. Arguably still one of the better looking PS3 games.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
Does this really need a $40 remaster? Normally I will defend.
I mean, I'm asking myself the same question about the rumor that the Arkham games for Batman are getting the re-release.
But it's even worse because Sony has devalued the God of War games so much, because God of War Saga, when it came out new, was $40 for all 5 God of War games. Well, not the Ascension or whatever.
Right.
But the God of War Saga collection, I think it's $30 MSRP now. You can probably find it cheaper than that. It was $40 when it came out. It was God of War 1, 2, 3, and the 2 PSP ones. Those as downloads. The other 3 on disc. And then, the God of War collection of 1 and 2 came out at like 30. All these God of War collections have come out cheaper than this. And now it's God of War 3 by itself, up-res, 60 frames per second, 1080p, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and a photo mode. Yeah, that's the one. It's not like there's a bunch of DLC with from like Metro or whatever that you can include with the... No, it's up-res, even more, and a photo mode. That's it. $40, please. $40, please.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is terrible. This is almost as bad as the Tomb Raider one. I think this is actually worse than the Tomb Raider one. Just because God of War 3, for you to buy on disc at GameStop right now is $3. $3. You can buy God of War 3 on a disc for PS3.
Well, used, yeah.
Used. GameStop doesn't sell it new anymore. Okay, you want to buy it new, I'm sure it's $20 at Walmart.
Yeah, no, you get it real cheap, yeah. So, it's this whole remastering, re-release, HD collection compilation thing is maybe getting a little out of hand.
And the one Batman thing you were talking about Batman a second ago, the one Batman thing we know for sure is that Arkham Knight has been delayed again, but this time for 3 weeks. It is coming out June 23rd.
I mean, sure, I guess. They must have found something that they absolutely had to fix.
Well, it only makes... Well, no, I think this is more, hey, let's not release our 2 biggest games of the year 2 weeks apart from each other. Because Witcher 3 in America is a Warner Brothers game. This is obviously a Warner Brothers game. To me, it never made sense once Witcher moved back. That I was like, they're really going to have these games 2 weeks apart?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I completely forgot that they were publishing both.
Yeah, the Warner Brothers publishes Witcher in North America. So now you have a month apart. Now you're going to have Batman be all over E3. and who knows how many Game of the Show awards Batman 3 is going to have from E3, because it may, unless Fallout 4 is playable, they'll probably be the one thing that's playable.
If they even announce it.
There is no way in hell Bethesda is holding their own damn press conference if they don't have either Fallout 4 or Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be Fallout, but we don't know. And if it's the actual Fallout 4, we don't know.
It's one of those two. It has to be. There's no way that...
It could be a spin-off. Could be something entirely separate. We don't know.
It's got to be one of the two.
Hey, I'm more than happy to play some more Fallout.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So there you go. There's your news for this episode.
Yep.
How about we rush into the games coming soon for April?
Oh, okay. No NPDs?
Well, it's getting pretty late.
Okay.
Hit me with those release dates.
Yeah, so like I said before, this is going to be April and May, because there's no reason for me to make a separate May list. Alright, consoles, April 7th, Dark Souls 2 Game of the Year Edition for everything. This is Dark Souls 2 with the DLC.
Yeah. And my god, the way they're doing the PC release is so weird.
I have not heard.
There's 3 or 4 separate ways to get it on PC. At 3 or 4 different price points.
Okay.
You have the whole game plus the DLC up-resed.
Uh-huh.
Then you got the whole game up-resed, but not including the DLC if you already have... If you have the previous version of it, but you don't have the DLC, which is another version. So it upgrades everything and gives you all the DLC. You have the base game and the DLC, and you just want to up-res that. That's another separate price point. So I get three different ones.
Okay.
Oh god, I had it open and I was looking at it and I'm like, god, that is so dumb. Why would you do this? It's just so stupid. And they're all separate price points. And they increase in price as you need more and more extras.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
Alright, so April 14th is Mortal Kombat X, easily the game of the month. That is going to be only PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Your old gen console versions are delayed till summer. They're not made by, they're made by High Voltage. They're not made by, NetherRealm.
High Voltage. I remember that name from something.
I think that's the Transformers guys.
I want to say they're the same company that put out that first-person shooter on the Wii.
Yeah, I think you're right. High Voltage Software, Wikipedia. Yeah, they're Illinois guys.
I'm completely blanking on the name of that game, though.
It's and they are a port house. They help with porting games,
right?
But
yeah.
The thing you're thinking of is the Conduit.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. But other than that, they are a porting house, because literally the rest of their Wikipedia game list is helping on porting things.
Yeah.
Nothing that they develop themselves. They are strictly a port house since it.
Other than Conduit, yeah.
Other than Conduit.
I guess that didn't work out as well as they had hoped.
Unless maybe they did Nicktoons MLB by themselves, because they listed for Wii. They're listed as working on the Wii and 360 versions of Nicktoons, which were the two main versions of that game.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Iron Man 2. Oh, no, that's a port job because that's the Wii PSP one. So, yeah.
That's right, well, anyway.
Yeah.
April. Continuing the dates.
Yeah, the 21st, nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
All
right. The 28th, State of Decay Year 1 Survival Edition. So State of Decay with all the DLC, up-res, minus phallic symbols, and did you hear about that story?
No.
One of the XBLA focused sites broke it, but so whoever Zombie Studios needed help getting the game out the door, so they hired some studio that has stayed, or contractors that have stayed nameless.
Mm-hmm.
So these contractors thought it'd be funny to hide a bunch of penises in the artwork of the game, like the buildings and all this different stuff. But
why?
We don't know, but it went undiscovered because they hit them in the texture so slightly that game, strained the 360 to its limits, so you couldn't see them. And for some reason, they didn't show up in the PC version either, which we don't know why. But once Zombie Studios started redoing the visuals themselves for the Xbox One version, they talked when they did press junkets at PAX. They said, well, part of the reason this game was delayed is we had to redo all the artwork for the game to take out all these hidden penises.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'll have to find that article for you here in a second. And yeah, it was an interview from PAX. And this is legit.
Okay, then.
Yeah, but this is on a disc. The GameStop is on a retail disc, but it's also a download. But that comes out April 28th, along with the Golf Club Collector's Edition, which is that digital only game now on a disc. Excuse me, Omega Quintet. It's some Japanese game. I don't know. I hadn't heard of it until I was putting this list together tonight. PS4 only. Okay. And then Tropico 5 coming out on PS4.
Oh, okay.
Then going into May 5th, nothing. May 12th, Final Fantasy X-10-2 HD for PS4.
Still boggles my mind that it wasn't already on PS4.
For $50, so $10 more than it even launched on PS3, but hey, the graphics are a slight, teeny, tiny bit better, and we're giving you a calendar, guys. A calendar.
Whoop-de-doo.
Well, Europe gets a steelbook. Of course. Because all the steelbooks go to Europe and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
May 19th, the game I'm waiting for. Don't delay this again, please.
Hey, I'm with you.
Witcher 3.
I'm with you.
And some Namco, it's Bandai Namco now, right?
I don't know what order they put it in anymore.
Ride, some motorcycle game published by them. I don't know. And then May 26th, just play Witcher. Play Witcher on your Memorial Day weekend because there's nothing else on the 26th that we know of. Now, two things to note. Nintendo's originally said that Splatoon was supposed to be coming out in May, but no one has a release date. And probably sometime in April, Nintendo will do a direct and say it then. But
most likely
be looking for Splatoon on some random Friday in May. And then supposedly Project Cars is going to be May. It's been delayed a couple times. Who knows? Maybe.
Never even heard of it.
It's some racing game. I don't know if it was Kickstarted or not. It's PS4 and Xbox One. It's the one racing game that's on outside of like Need for Speed that's on both platforms. It's a sim race. It's the one sim racer on both platforms. It's a sim.
Okay.
It's not Need for Speed. It's a straight sim. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so handhelds, you thought, and notice that most of this stuff is PS4, Xbox One. So 360, PS3, you get Dark Souls, and that's it. All right, handhelds, it's even worse. April 7th, Etrian starts off good. Etrian Mystery Dungeon for 3DS, and Friday, April 10th, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for new Nintendo 3DS XL only. This will not work on normal 3DS at all.
Yeah, because it needs the extra horsepower.
And the extra buttons.
Yeah.
And the extra stick.
Yeah.
And then guess what? For the rest of April, absolutely nothing.
Wow.
So let's jump to May 5th when we have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. This is a port of this game, which was originally a DS game, now on 3DS. May 12th, nothing. May 19th, our lone Vita game, Hyperdimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed.
God, they just love coming up with weird names.
And then Friday, the 22nd of May, we get Puzzles and Dragons Z/Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Sweet.
And then May 26th, you get Hatsune Miku Project Mirai DX for 3DS and Lord of Magna Maiden Heaven for 3DS.
Any idea what that is?
No.
All right.
That's the list.
Okay. Well,
we'll have to try to do the NPDs next episode.
If you can run through them quick enough, I think we can do them right now.
I just closed the tab.
Oh, shoot. All right. All right. Well, we'll catch them up next week then.
Yeah, or something.
Or next episode.
Yeah. And it's NeoGAF, and it's all GIFs, and it'll take forever to load.
Yeah. I gotcha. All right, so that's, I guess, going to do it for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes or through the Xbox Music Marketplace. Or the Microsoft Music Marketplace, I don't know which one.
Xbox Music Store.
Xbox Music Store. All right, well, that's how we're going to have to remember to say it from next time.
Yeah. Or,
all right.
Also, Android users, hey, we're on Stitcher Radio.
Yeah.
I hear that's actually the best, because I almost switched to an Android phone, and supposedly that's the best podcast app, because there's no iTunes-like app for Android.
Yeah. Hey, we don't put our show on something we don't know is good quality. Well, to be fair, there are places who just catch and then post in random websites. I went looking, and it was weird. Our show is actually posted on some strange, odd sites that have absolutely no affiliation with us. So I don't know. Anyway, you can subscribe to the show. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook. You can catch up on all the quick posts that we make throughout the weeks, if we have any extra news and such. And hey, you'll automatically know exactly when each of the new episodes gets released. You can also follow us on Twitter at Checkmate Arcade for the show. And if you want to follow us individually, it's at Dark Boss Man for me.
At MSU Hitman for me. And hey, if I try to Twitch again, some type of single player game, if I broadcast to it, which I post to Twitter about it, let me know. I'm MSU Hitman on Twitch as well. Let me know if this is going to work at all, or if it's still crappy. And I can only do single player, so this is going to be Life is Strange, Dragon Age, that type of stuff. I can't even do like Madden Ultimate. I tried to do Madden Ultimate Team, and apparently it didn't work well live. So
yeah,
like me opening packs. But yeah, if I do happen to stream Life is Strange or Dragon Age or something else single player, let me know how it is.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out your streams if you let me know ahead of time, and it's not something that I'm going to play later on that I don't want spoiled.
Right. I just wanted to do it for kicks because I was waiting for you. So it's like, let me play this now so I could talk about it.
I'm interested to see if I can stream on Twitch with my PC. Hopefully it'll hold together and not explode.
Yeah.
Because recording Divekick seemed to work, so maybe I can stream on Twitch, although that might be a little bit more intensive. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess that'll do it for this episode, where I have been continuing my crusade through Diablo III on my way to kill Diablo III. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
EA, I better have this DLC before Witcher 3 comes out, or I'm not going to be happy. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley. You got 2 months. You're on the clock, son.
Well, I guess we'll find out maybe on maybe on live PSN or maybe even on the net.
Peace out, everybody.